what's up, gang? I know y'all miss me. Y'all call me.
He's silly.
Ha.
You're hella silly.
Yeah, y'all love me.
He's silly. Where is my... Oh, you did it. Yay, good kid. I'm gonna give you $20.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna give you $20 for that.
Yeah, they love me.
You're silly. Where
That's
is...
why they come on live stream.
Where is this?
I bet you at least one person asked to see me.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because I'm awesome.
We're gonna wait a minute. Those people gonna take their time and slide on here, so we're gonna wait a minute. Oh no, I already said something about the people that's talking smack. I'm just waiting for the people to show up.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk nice. Hey, sup? Mini DT. Sup?
What's up with everybody? What's up, Chan? What's up, Chan?
Dang, camera really sees the bags on my eyes.
Yeah, tired. Yeah, you got a hard life for a 13-year-old.
Oh,
Hard life.
like 3 morning because they don't usually go to sleep till like
What's good with everybody? Yeah, we live in this camp. I know it's been a while, but I had to go live and just ask everybody, ask the people. You know what I mean, is Teofimo ducking? Is Teofimo ducking? Or is it Bob Arum's fault? Like, what is it really? What is the issue really? Do you think Teofimo is ducking? Technically, he hasn't ducked anybody because the fight is still happening. Based on reports, the fight is still going to happen. It's still going on. It's nothing to say that the fight isn't going to happen. So, hey, you can't really fully say he's ducking, even though I did come forth and say the dude was ducking. Because usually when the fight is on and the fighter comes forth and says that he or she may want more money, 9 times out of 10, that's usually their way of saying they're a duck. According to Eddie Hearn, no 1.2 million is the problem. This is how I feel. T.O.'s a good fighter, good champion. Seems like a good dude. But he has not done nowhere near as much as Lomachenko. What's up, Lisa? What's good, Martin? How are you not modded, Martin? How are you not modded, Martin? You've been around, bro. Excuse me for not modding you up, Martin. You've been around, bro. You a day oneer. You deserve it. Yeah, I'm on deck, man. I'm on deck today, man. We finna. Man. I can't get on StreamYard for a little bit. My daughter got to use her laptop for her schoolwork, so you know they doing that virtual school and stuff. So she using her laptop for that. So I won't be on StreamYard for a little bit, but I will be still doing my normal live streams over my phone and all that. So don't trip. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hold on, let me get my phone on the charger. But I don't think that Teofimo should get that without no money at the gate. Ain't no money at the gate. There's no money at the gate. Okay? I don't think he should get it. I think he should just take what he can get and run with it, get Lomachenko up out of there, and be done with it. Then you the A side. You're the top lightweight in the world. There's no other lightweight that's bigger than you. So if you take the best of the best in the building, what's up, best of the best? What's up with you, bro? But I think he should take it, be done with it, get Lomachenko out of there, and then you be the top guy in the division. You be the man. You'll be bigger than you're bigger than Loma. You'll be bigger than Tank Davis. You'll be bigger than Devin Haney. You'll be bigger than all that. You'll be bigger than all that. But you haven't done nowhere near as much as Lomachenko. A lot of these weight classes haven't done what Lomachenko has done. Lomachenko, since his first professional fight, has fought in nothing but world title fights. Now, what fighter do you know from fight one as a professional till whenever has nothing but world title fights and title defenses? This ain't like Loma didn't go through the prospect, contender, champion phase. He didn't go through that. He went straight into the fray. He went straight into the lion's den, no chaser, went in, beating the drum, screaming like a damn banshee. He went in this game. And I can't say that about a lot of fighters, if any. He's the fastest unified and multi-division world champion in boxing. Nobody has accumulated the amount of success that Lomachenko has accumulated as fast as Lomachenko has accumulated that success. Nobody has duplicated that. The closest person to duplicate Lomachenko's success is Oscar De La Hoya. Why is Bruce Vane calling you a coon? Let me tell you something. Me and Bruce have had our differences. We've spoken about some things, and still some stuff may be up in the air. But there is no beef between me and Bruce Vane. We've had our conversations. What I need people to start doing, for real, when it comes to Bruce not really that subliminal. I know. A lot of people didn't like it. You'd be surprised how many phone calls I got because of it. But Bruce isn't subliminal. Bruce feels the type of way, he's going to tell you. You know, and he's called me on some things that he had an issue with, and we spoke about it. And I told him some things that I've had an issue about, and we spoke about it. And we talked as men. And right now, some things are still up in the air. We still kind of, but we're going to be all right. So anybody got any problems or any issues with Bruce, come holler at me. You got any issues with Bruce and all that, come holler at me. Bruce is my nigga. That's my dog. That's my brother. And as brothers, we gonna fight. We gonna have disagreements. We gonna do all that. But at the end of the day, we in BBC, and we gonna stay that. And I've had my moments. I've made my mistakes, and I will atone for all of them. But as far as me and Bruce is concerned, we cool. We not beefing. None of that. We've had talks. So we good. Don't be hitting me up telling me, oh, Bruce said this video saying this. Trust me. I talk to Bruce. We good. Okay? Y'all just, some people just love taking the bait, man. Some people just love taking the bait. Smoking Joe. He broke several boxing world records in only 16 fights. And on top of that, is quite possibly the best amateur ever. Yeah. And my two-time Olympic gold medalist. Ain't that many in the world. Okay? Him, Regan Dial, Clarissa Shields. Come on, man. You don't win 2 Olympic gold medals on some easy work. Okay? You don't even get through the Olympic trials easily. Okay? The Olympic trials is hard enough, let alone competing in the Olympics and winning it twice. What's up, Ryan? What you say, Brother Darkness? I'm glad y'all had y'all talks. That's how you supposed to do it when y'all disagree. That's what we do. And you got to put Clarissa Shields in that picture. You got to put Clarissa Shields in that picture. Clarissa Shields is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. I might not like her antics outside, but the broad can scrap, and she did some things in boxing, man. So I'm not finna knock her for that. Who just sent me a super chat? Somebody just sent me a super chat. The name didn't pop up yet. Thank you, Los. I appreciate you. I got you too, Los. Got you too. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, man, that's what it is, bro. Like me, like y'all gotta understand that with Bruce, his personality it'd be too strong for a lot of people. I'm serious. His personality, his attitude, his swagger, you know, it's too much for people. It's too much. Some people can't handle it. They can't handle it. And I'm what Bruce does is needed. The lane that he uses is a needed lane. So the people that he get at on his channel, he got his reasons. And I don't want nobody coming at me saying, Bruce went at such and such. Why Bruce going there? Whoop-de whoop. I don't know. I'm not in his back pocket. And I'm not finna call him like, bro, don't get at this person. Don't do this. I'm not his daddy. All right. I'm his brother, chairman of the board of the NBBC. He got the right to speak his mind and say what he feel. And if he does say something that I feel that is wrong, I will tell him. Same thing I did with Myron. Same thing. Wasn't different. Me and Myron had disagreements on things, and we spoke about it. And we squashed it. Because what we have is bigger than YouTube. Period. But let's get back to boxing, man. Let's get it right, Martin. If everybody had the same personality, shit be boring. But back to boxing, I did make a video saying Teofimo is ducking Lomachenko, and the reason why I made that video is because if that had been any other fighter, right? Like when Luis Ortiz was offered some money to fight Anthony Joshua when Big Baby Miller pissed dirty. What'd he say? Oh, I want more money. Oh, you ducking the fight. You don't really want to fight. You want more money. You want more money. That's the cop out. I want more money, more money, more money. Tank Davis offered $7 million to fight Tevin Farmer. Turned the shit down, sent them a fucking low ball offer of $2.5 million. So in the history, what we used to, when fighters say, hey, I want more money, that's their way of trying to justify not wanting to fight. Now, remind you, I picked Teofimo to beat Lomachenko. Me and Gun Rights Mafia, not even about barely a month ago, had a on the phone debate about who was going to win that fight. He was telling me what Loma going to do to Teo. I'm telling him what Teo was going to do to Loma. And we just going back and forth. He wasn't even heated. We was literally having a conversation about how we think the fighter we pick is going to beat the other guy. Literally. And we haven't spoke about this. We waiting to see the fight happen. And then when the fight happens, we going to talk all the trash to each other. I told you that mother was going, you know what I'm saying? We for boxing. Like, if Lomachenko lose, Gun Rights Mafia not going to be tripping. If Teofimo lose, I'm not going to be tripping. I'm not going to lose not an ounce of sleep. If Terrence Crawford lose to Errol Spence in the fight, I ain't going to lose no sleep. Now, granted, you Errol Spence fanboys going to be all on my channel, all in the comment section, but I'm not tripping. It ain't that deep. This ain't poetry. So, it is what it is. Let me get to these comments. Lo said, who do you got between Luke and Ryan? I like Campbell. I'm going to tell you the truth. When I first heard the fight, when the fight was first announced to me, first thing I thought of, Luke Campbell gonna give him some work. He gonna give him some work. But I also thought Ryan is young. He got good reflexes. He got decent speed. I do believe that he's faster than hand speed wise. I do think his hand speed is faster than Luke Campbell's. So I think he has the advantage there. I think what would give Luke Campbell the edge is being a southpaw and having that southpaw footwork. That right there would give Ryan problems. I still can't get that out of my head. Ryan Garcia is too flat-footed. He banks on too much of his left, of that quick, sharp left hook. He bank on that too much. He depends on that too much. And that left hook may not be there for Luke Campbell like it has been for prior opponents. And I don't see him being able to deal with Luke Campbell's footwork. When Luke Campbell fought Lomachenko, did you see Lomachenko boxing circles around Luke Campbell? No, you didn't see that. You didn't see Lomachenko just making Luke Campbell look foolish with his feet. Why? Because Luke Campbell had the feet to neutralize that. So if he has the feet to neutralize Lomachenko's feet, I don't see Ryan Garcia having better feet than anybody at 135. I don't. I feel like Ryan Garcia is too flat-footed. And if he does not display a jab, if he doesn't display volume punches, he will not be successful with top opposition. Luke Campbell is top opposition. He's a silver medalist in the Olympics, excuse me. And he's been in there with top dudes. Way better competition than Ryan Garcia. So Luke Campbell is the best opponent that Ryan has seen so far in his career. He hasn't seen nobody better than Luke Campbell. Okay? Now, if he washes Luke Campbell, if Ryan gets in there and just do away with Luke Campbell, then that's going to put Ryan on a new sphere, give him a new, different look, and it's going to have him have a different respect. It's going to have people like myself give him a different respect level. Okay? So what I want to see is him utilize his jab. I need to see Ryan utilize the jab. I need to see him do more than stay focused on the left hook and the straight right hand so much. I need him to focus on other weapons in his arsenal. What's up, George? Thank you for the super chat. Stupid question. Mayweather Jr. versus Roy Jones Jr. at 54. Roy will beat him. Roy too awkward. Roy not gonna be there to be hit like that. He too awkward. He's coming at different angles. He's punching at different angles. He's not doing the traditional style of boxing which Mayweather would be used to. So I think Roy would give him fits. I think he'd just give him fits. I think he'd outpoint him. Mayweather fight too slow. He take too long to get into the fight. And Mayweather is looking for the accurate punch a lot more than just letting his hands go. Roy didn't give a damn. He just let his hands go. He knew he was going to catch you with something sooner or later. Floyd is looking for that perfect punch. Pretty Boy Floyd was a combination puncher. He was a volume puncher. He was willing to just outwork you. He still kind of had the amateurish style. But Money Mayweather was more of a, he'd pick his shots. He liked to pick his shots. Luke was a gold medalist. Good to know. Still with that, if Ryan Garcia beats Luke Campbell, he beats a Olympic gold medalist. He beats somebody who took home a medal in the Olympics. That's a good win to have. If you beat an Olympic gold medalist or a silver medalist, doesn't matter. That's still a good win on your resume, regardless. Anybody that beats Clarissa Shields, that's a good win. Anybody that beats Luke Campbell, that's a good win. If Roy was fast enough, he was agile enough to do what he wanted, but he's not traditional. That's what I mean, excuse me, when I say he'll give Floyd problems. If Roy was traditional, Floyd would pick him apart. But Roy ain't traditional. He awkward. He punches from weird angles. He's not going to come straight up and down. I need to see my boy Boots in the ring again. I think Boots need to fight Virgil Ortiz. That fight needs to happen. You need to fight Virgil Ortiz, Boots. We need to see Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Boots Enos. Bernard Hopkins versus today 168-pound division. I see the person giving him problems would probably be Canelo. I don't see nobody else really giving him problems. I think he'll catch Benavidez in between punches and put him on his butt. I think Khalid Plant don't have the chin to stand up to B-Hop's technical strategic punching power, because B-Hop don't have like amazing punching power, but he's accurate with his punches and he's sharp. People don't realize that sharp, accurate punches can do a lot of damage to you, and they can hurt a lot more than somebody who just got raw power. If you get hit the right way, it could do a lot more damage than somebody who just basically hit hard. Because I've been hit by somebody who really hits hard, and then I've been hit by somebody who just know how to punch real good. And I can tell you right now, the punch that hurt the most came from the person that knew how to punch real sharp and good. Didn't have natural punching power, but he could punch really, really good. And I could tell you at those shits hurt. Now, if you fighting a dude that got good punching power and he's accurately sent, woo, man, I've met that once. I've sparred that one time. And I didn't do well in that sparring session. I'm telling you that right now. I sparred that once. And I'm telling you, it was not pretty for me. I promise you. Yep, I see Tank working with Floyd. I see him working with him. Everybody was on the Floyd training Haney, and that's disrespectful and all that. Woo. Floyd ain't trying to do nothing but help fighters get better. That's all Floyd trying to do. He ain't trying to be nobody's full-time trainer, coach, nothing. All right. Tank is his protege. All right. Anything Tank say about Floyd is to get attention. All right. Because if you notice, Tank talk all this trash about, might talk something, say something about Floyd, and then you'll see Floyd do an interview and he'd be like, yeah, Tank, I understand, blah, blah, blah. He'll do some more political, pretty much pacifying you, all the types of shit. And then next thing you know, a week or two later or a month or so later, you seeing Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather's gym training with Floyd. So really, it's all publicity. It's all publicity. Tank don't train unless he's got to fight. He's not training in the offseason. He might do a workout or two here or there, but he ain't training. He's not really honing his craft. He's not doing that. He's kicking it, chilling, partying with females, all that. Kicking it with his homeboys, all that stuff. He's not really putting in the energy in the boxing. So when people say stuff like, talk bad about Devin Haney, that bothers me. That really bothers me. That rubs me the wrong way when you say things about Devin Haney, comparing to Loma and Teofimo and Tank Davis. Let me tell y'all something. And I'm like, so Devin Haney ain't fought nobody. Let me tell you something. Devin Haney is dangerous for anybody. Do your thing, Los. Get your money, man. Devin Haney dangerous to anybody. Nobody from 135. Nobody from 135 to 140 will have an easy pickings with Devin Haney. I don't care who he's fought. I see the skill set from Devin Haney. I see Devin Haney in the gym, homing his craft. I see him. Tank ain't doing that. Now, if Tank was doing that, I'd be worried about Tank. I'd be worried about anybody fighting Tank Davis. What's up, Unbiased? What's up, Mob? I'd be worried about anybody fighting Tank Davis. If Tank Davis trained like Devin Haney. Devin Haney is training while everybody is talking bad about Devin Haney, right? Everybody's saying all this bad mumbo jumbo about Devin Haney. But guess where Devin Haney is when y'all talking about it? Devin Haney is either running, he just finished running, he's in the gym training, or he just finished training. And we talk about him like he's up here eating Sonic and getting fat in between fights like Tank Davis or other fighters that don't respect the sport. You got to give Devin Haney his props. You got to give it to him. Because I promise you, anybody that step in the ring with Devin Haney, he's going to give them problems. I don't care if it's Teofimo. It was funny when people said that about Teofimo when Devin Haney and Teofimo sparred, and Devin Haney, in a sense, was getting the better of Teofimo. And everybody was like, well, Teofimo hella better now. You think Devin Haney ain't better too? You think Devin Haney ain't got better since the last time they sparred? You think Devin Haney don't know what he's finna be in the ring with? You think Devin Haney don't know that? And then when you say things like, when things are being said like, Teofimo is going to go up to 140 pounds. I was just in the live stream with D. Jeff and Unbiased, and Unbiased was saying that after the Lomachenko Teofimo fight, if Teofimo beats Loma, he wants him to fight Devin Haney. I want to see that shit too, Unbiased. I'm with you on that. I feel like that should be his next fight. I really believe that. You know what I mean? So when what was said after that was that Teofimo is going up to 140. This is his last fight at 35. He's not finna fight at 135 no more. Well, let me be clear about that as well. Because Devin Haney's father had also said himself, if we cannot get any fights at 35, we will move up to 140. So even still, after he fights Lomachenko and beats Lomachenko, he still should be looking to fight Devin Haney next. So unbiased, I'm with you. If Teofimo beats Lomachenko in this fight, his next opponent should be Devin Haney at 140 pounds, period. Anything else would be uncivilized. What's up, Lo? I personally feel that I'm keep the same energy. Okay, I have no better way to explain it, but I'm just keeping the same energy. I can't say when another fighter is priced themselves out of a fight or has asked for more money, and when I've seen that in other fighters, I made videos said they were ducking. I've done it. So I'm not finna say anything different with Teofimo. Even though I picked Teofimo to win the fight, I'm still going to say that he's ducking the fight because he's asking for more money. And I'm thinking, well, what if you don't get it? You not going to take the fight? That sounds like you ducking to me. So I'm just keeping the same energy. Whether I'm right or if I'm wrong, I'm keeping the same energy. I'm not switching up for nothing or nobody. Period. So can't nobody say, oh, you was like this with black fighters, but when Teofimo said this, you didn't say nothing. No. I'm keeping the same energy. Since everybody want to sit there and say I'm always PBC this, PBC that, when I get at other fighters, understand I'm keeping the same energy. I'm not trying to shit on Teofimo. I'm just keeping the same energy. Like I said before, I picked Teofimo to beat Loma. You got Mob in the building right now. Me and him was just going back and forth about who was going to win the fight. He got Loma, I got Teo. But right now, I feel that Teofimo should not be asking for more money. I feel he don't deserve it. That's my personal opinion. Because I feel he hasn't done enough in the sport compared to Lomachenko to where he deserves to ask for more money. That's where I stand. Chavez Sr. beats the shit out of Tank. You know why I say that? Because I know people, Tank could do this. Tank could do this. Tank ain't fought nobody that ain't scared of him. Understand that. Tank ain't fought nobody that's like, oh, for real, that's what you got, little nigga? Okay. And Tank ain't going, I'm telling you, Tank is a morally weak dude. He's not going to fight nobody that ain't afraid of him. That don't mean he's afraid of people or he's afraid of anybody. I'm not saying that Tank is afraid of any dude at all. What I'm saying is Tank will not put himself in a situation where it's another fighter that's like, fuck you, Tank, I'll beat your ass right now. And really will actually have the potential and the skill set to do it. Tank ain't finna fight nobody that will actually have the potential to beat him. Not gonna happen. You will never see Tank in there with a Shakur Stevenson or a Teofimo Lopez. You might catch him with a Luke Campbell, maybe. You ain't gonna see him in there with a Lomachenko until Lomachenko is like 40. Then you might see him in there with somebody like Lomachenko. But you ain't finna see him in there with nobody that got real good skill that could challenge him. You're not gonna see it. It's not gonna happen. I don't got an issue with that. Anyone can bash Teo at this moment. I'm just waiting for the negotiations. I want to see the fight. If Teo gets more money, so does Loma. So I'm good with both of them getting paid. Facts. Like, why we can't just be objective with our boxing talk? Why do we got to get mad at each other because you got a difference in opinion? Ain't that what we fought for the past, like, almost 2 years now? Didn't we fight for the right for boxing YouTubers to be able to have an objective opinion and we could just talk like normal human beings? Didn't we fight so hard and long for that? And now that we got it, it's like we reverting. It's like we don't know how to have an objective opinion now. Now it's like, oh shit, we actually got an opinion. Oh shit, we don't know what to do. It's like, no, let's all be objective. Let's enjoy having an honest, objective opinion and being able to talk about it. Let's enjoy having honest boxing talk for once. Let's enjoy that. Let's stop getting mad because somebody don't agree with with whatever opinion you have. Shit, if you ask me, I think Felix Vergil may beat Tank. That's just my opinion, which don't hold no weight. But I want to see it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like somebody, like I think Miguel Burchett will give Tank problems. I think Miguel Burchett will fuck Tank up. I do. I do. I think Miguel Burchett. Like everybody hyping up Tank. Like Tank can't beat a lot of dudes at 135. Like he's a talent. He good. Don't get it twisted. He's a raw talent. But Tank, you can't beat a lot of dudes at 135 right now. You know what I mean? Like you're not dedicated. You're only training when you got to fight. And then the people you fighting, you pretty much doing the Floyd thing. You know what I'm saying? This is what Tank doing. Yeah, he gonna beat himself because they're all doing the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. They pretty much being an African American fighter and they're building their career off of beating up Mexican fighters because Mexicans come out to see. They come out to see each other fight. So, but even with COVID, you're not finna see a lot of Mexican. You're not finna see a lot of crowds. So the whole idea of trying to fight Mexican because they pay to come see their own fight, that era is over with COVID. You're not finna sell tickets with the black versus Mexicans and that as long as COVID is going on, that's over. That black versus Mexican shit is over. It's over. It's not gonna sell the way it used to. That don't mean it won't sell, but it ain't gonna sell like it used to. And that's what Tank Davis is doing. He's trying to build his career off of beating up Mexican fighters, same way Floyd did. Build your career, build your name up, beating marquee Mexican fighters, all Mexican name, big name Mexican fighters. I think Tank Davis. Thank you, George. I think Tank Davis is too small for 135. So Tank, for the love of God, stop. I mean, Tank should be at 130. I think Tank would dominate 130. I do. I think Tank would dominate 130. Easy. 35, damn sure can't down. He ain't gonna do shit at 40. But I think he'd dominate at 130 pounds if he was disciplined enough to make the weight. Because Tank not a tall guy. He big, but he's not a tall guy. He's a short, stocky dude. He don't need to be fighting at no 40 and 35. I mean, he don't. Only reason why he's fighting at 35 is because he can't make 130. And then the cold part about it is, the month didn't even make 135. That's terrible. Yeah. Tank gonna call out Josh Taylor, but then at the same time, you ain't even fought a legitimate 135 pounder. I'm 5'7". Tank is probably an inch shorter than me. I'm 5'7" and a half, 5'8" with shoes. Tank is probably a little shorter than I am. I'm not a tall guy at all. Tank is a pretty short, stocky guy. Who can fight though? When you see him scrap, he can fight. But what I realize is that don't nobody hit Tank. I haven't seen Tank take a punch. Because everybody feel that when Tank hit him, they're like, ooh, that. But hey, your punches hurt too. Your punches hurt too. And Tank hasn't shown impeccable defense. He hasn't shown that he's a hard dude to hit. He hasn't shown that he got tremendous footwork. He just shown that he throw them hands. He's shown that. He's shown he could throw them hands. But he hasn't shown impeccable defense. 5'7", 5'8". Damn, nigga, you got my real name. All right, I'm not that tall, bro. I'm not that tall. I got a small man complex. That's why I'm willing to fight everybody. I'm quick to want to fight people because I'm a short dude. He probably is 5'5". But if he's 5'5", trying to fight at 140 pounds, you tripping. You should be fighting at in the 20s, in the low 30s. You ain't got no business at 40. You barely got any business at 35. The only reason why Loma, let me tell you something. Skills and power, real power. Not that you got power because of your weight. Because you fighting at 130 and you knocking fools out, and then you move to 135 and all of a sudden your knockout rate ain't as high as it was. Real power, it'll transition. It will transition over. I give Mikey that because if Mikey hits you, he's proud. He's proven that. Errol Spence didn't want to get hit by Mikey. Errol Spence didn't want no parts of Mikey on the inside. None. He outboxed Mikey for 12 rounds straight, gave him a boxing lesson. Jesse Vargas, a natural 147-pound dude, he put him on his back. That's because Mikey Garcia has natural power that transitions through weight class. He has real pop. So it don't matter what weight class he fighting. If he catch you, he can hurt you. Okay? You got dudes like Tank Davis, who people say is another Mike Tyson. No, he's not another Mike Tyson, because his power will not transcend weight classes. I promise you, the people that he's knocking out or putting on their ass at 130, he's not going to do that same thing at 135. You saw what he did to one-legged Gamboa. He couldn't put a one-legged old damn like so far past his prime. Jesus is having conversations with him. He can even get that Gamboa out of there. What's up, Ness? Shout out to the NBBC, bro. You already know, Ness, I got you, bro. I ain't gonna let nobody get at you, bro. You already know I got your back. I felt that Mikey could have beat Loma because he got pop. I felt like if Jorge Linares put you on your ass, Mikey, if he touched you, woo-hoo! If Mikey touched you and Jorge Linares is putting you on your back, boy, that's why I understand why Mikey didn't take that fight. Because you could have ended all this Loma talk early. You could have ended all this Lomachenko, that early. But it must have been something that you saw, Mikey, to where you was like, nah, I ain't messing with Loma. I feel like you fighting because your punk had too damn flat-footed. And Loma is going to put circles around. He going to box circles around your ass because you're too damn flat-footed. And you do this a lot. You put your high guard up too much, and he can freeze you with feints the same way Errol Spence froze your ass with feints and the jab. That's all Errol did. He feinted you, jabbed you, and punished you, feinted you, jabbed you, and let his hands go, backed up so you was out of range and kept himself in range. Loma is going to literally go side to side on your dog ass. Pop, 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 step to the side. Pop, 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 step to the side. You will never get a clean shot on him. Ever. Ever. Yeah, I see Haney, Garcia, KO, Gamboa, 5. Yeah, easy work. Getting Gamboa out of there. Ain't I finna please. Tank was hitting Gamboa with too much. And then on top of that, after the fight, and I gotta. He was out of breath. He had nothing. You gave Gamboa everything you had, and you couldn't get him out of there. You gave him everything, still couldn't get him out of there. His power overrated. Is he strong? Do he got decent pop? Yes, but do he got that great knockout? Ooh, nah. Mm-mm. No. Period. Period, point blank. They're getting paid too much. It's hard really to grind when you're getting paid more than what you're really supposed to. Tank really is 100K plus fighter. Yeah, Tank getting paid more than a lot of the champions in the game because of the way that they're going about his career. They want him to be the star. So they're going to hype him up. They're going to say he has a million this, a million that. He deserves this because of his star status, not really what he's done in the sport of boxing. And then for them to say, well, you are a 2-division champion, No, 3, I think it's a 2 or 3 division champion, 2-division world champion. I think, I could be wrong, but I know he has won a world title. So those little accolades are what they're using to justify why he should be getting paid more money. And I don't think Tank should be getting paid more than anybody in that weight division when he hasn't fought any top name at 35. Gamboa is not a top name. He's not. Gamboa ain't God knows how long. Gamboa is not a top name at all. Anybody who thinks they Gamboa a top name, you're dumb. But they'll eat his little ass at 140. They'll eat him up at 140. They too tall, they too long, they too rangy. Don't think that you're gonna be doing to them what you did with Ivan Redcatch. Cause I can tell you right now, you gonna get caught with something, Tank. You gonna get caught with something. And I got a feeling that's gonna be the day Tank ain't gonna fight no more. I promise you. I promise you. These dudes are scared to get embarrassed. Do you understand that boxing is an embarrassing sport? Very embarrassing. You in there by yourself. You lose, it's because of you. You get your butt whooped, it's because of you. It's not because of your coach. It's because of you. It's not because of Floyd. It's not because of Al Heyman. It's not because of Bob Arum. It's not because of Eddie Hearn that you lose. You lost because you lost. What's up, Tim? I ain't seen you in a minute, Tim. So, period, point blank. What's up, Mr. 50? So, pretty much, Tank ain't gonna fight nobody that's really gonna give him a problem. That's coward shit. And anytime you want to sit up there and say, I'm gonna say this too, because a lot of people are saying this, and I'm like, bruh, as a dude that have competed in the sport and have seen fighters and trained with fighters, sparred with pro fighters and all that, let me tell you something. Let me let y'all see me. There is no amount of money that is worth your life. So when you hear that, thank you, chat. Boom in chat. Hope you're all happy real soon. The only one who beats Lomachenko is Father Time. Got you. Let me tell y'all something. There's no amount of money that's worth your life. So if you sit up there saying, I'm putting my life on the line, man, you got to give me $2 million. So you basically saying $2 billion is worth your life. You basically saying, I won't die for 1 point this, or I won't die for 200,000, but I'll die for 200 million. I'll die for 2 million. Yeah. I will put my whole existence on the line for $2 million. And I'm here to tell you all, there is no amount of money that you can pay me or anybody that's worth your existence. Because what's the use of paying me some money that I'm not going to get the chance to spend? So there's no amount of money that's worth your life and your livelihood. Floyd Mayweather wasn't making millions on top of millions. You know what he was doing with his money when he was getting his money? He was investing it. He was smart with his money. He wasn't getting $1 million paydays off the back. He didn't start getting that till after he beat Oscar De La Hoya. Prior to that, he was a champion. He had won world titles, and he was getting bottom of the barrel paydays. And he knew that once he beat Oscar De La Hoya, that was over. He knew that. No amount of money is worth your life. None. Not 100 million, 200. No amount of money is worth your life, especially if you're not going to be healthy enough to spend it. Because Floyd paid millions, at least he fought Oscar. It was demanding proof. DT, thank you. You said what I said at the same time. Yeah. It's like, it's not worth it. Like, Floyd took the risk. He wasn't the A side. He knew once I beat Oscar, I'll take the pay cut. But once I beat Oscar, ain't no more. It's what I say. I dictate the terms. And these fighters won't do that because they scared. They scared. And people say, fighters ain't scared. No, they are scared of the embarrassment. They may not be scared to fight you, but they afraid of how that's going to feel if they get caught, knocked out, They're afraid of the feeling of disappointment, disappointing the people that are hyping them up. They're afraid of letting people down. They're afraid of failure. And you have to fail in some point in life to succeed. You can't go through life thinking that you're just going to have successes, that you're just going to succeed all the time. You got to fail to learn. And the only way you're going to learn from your failures, you got to take risks. You got to take chances. And if you don't take chances, if you live in your life sitting there trying to, do it the right way all the time, you ain't going to never get nowhere. You ain't going to get far. You'll never see your full potential. You'll never see how far you can get in this life if you always trying to straddle and tote the fence. And then when you feel you're going to get over it, no, I'm going to slide back over. I don't want to go all the way over the fence. I'm going to come back. No. Slide your ass over there, go into the fray, shed some blood, sweat some shit, and get it done. And see what you really made of. You don't know what you're really made of if you always cautious. You know what you're made of when you say fuck it. That's when you know what you're made of. When you say fuck it and go. And you don't know how the outcome is going to be. That's courage. That's real courage. That's real life courage. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Real courage, feeling the fear, recognizing the fear that's within you, and still going through with the action anyway. That's courage. But seeing the risk and saying, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You're afraid. You're afraid. You're a coward. Because you see the risk and you feel that the risk is bigger than you actually reaping the rewards of the benefits of taking the risk. So instead of you doing it, you say, nah, I'm gonna do the easy route. I'm gonna go over here and be over here because it's easier, it's comfortable, it works for me, all that. Instead of you doing the harder road where you get more recognition, more respect, and more accolades if you take the risk. But peace fighters aren't willing to take the risk. They're not. So it is what it is. These fighters don't want to take the risk. They want the easy route. They want everything to come easy to them. They don't want to work for it. That's why you got, when Errol Spence said it, he want to take the easy road, fight Sean Porter. Well, that fight wasn't an easy fight. Because honestly, to be real with you, if you look at that Errol Spence fight, Errol Spence lost that fight to Sean Porter. He lost. He really did. If you look at Errol Spence after the fight, look at Sean Porter after the fight, Errol Spence lost that fight. I watched that fight 3 times, and first time I watched it, I felt it was a draw. Second time I watched it, I said Sean Porter won. Then I said, let me watch it a third time because I could have missed something. Let me check it again. Watched it a third time, and I thoroughly watched it round for round, was looking for specific things in those rounds, and literally Sean Porter won that fight. Excuse me. He dictated the pace of the fight. He was, in a sense, in my opinion, he was throwing more punches. He landed the more significant punches. I think what gave Errol Spence the fight was the knockdown. That's what gave Errol Spence that fight. If Sean Porter never would have touched this, go in the living room. Stop. Go in the living room. If Sean Porter the glove would have never touched the canvas, I think Sean would have won, or they probably would have called it a draw. But I think Sean Porter won that fight. And I think what gave him the edge was that knockdown. I really do. But even then, I still feel like they could have gave it to Sean Porter. They could have gave it to him. 8-5. Yeah, they just gave it to him because of the knockdown. Thank you, Ness. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Yeah, Ugas beat Porter too. I think Ugas was putting up the better pressure on the fight. He was dictating the pace of the fight. I felt like Sean Porter fight. He was trying to be too much of everything but what he really is. And I think if he would have took it to Ugas, I think it would have been more of a decisive win for Sean Porter. But trying to, show different dimensions in your boxing game when that ain't your boxing style, Sean Porter. Your boxing style is to stay in somebody's chest night long and eat them up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Using your head, using your forearm, using your elbows, using your dirty tactics. But that's how you fight. That's your fight. And don't let nobody stop you from your fight because they want to call you, oh, you dirty, or you this, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, okay, but I'm gonna beat you up though. You telling me I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do that. All right, I'm gonna still beat you though. With everything you say I can't do, I'm gonna still use my necessary tools I need to beat you, because I might not need no dimensions to beat you. I'm gonna not need no real good footwork to beat you. I might just need to do my regular raw dog bulldozing you, and I just break you down and beat you. So, and I feel like, yeah, and I felt like the punch count in that fight, when they was talking about, oh, Earl had landed more punches, he threw, it's like, Sean Porter was outworking Errol Spence. Now, that's not to say that Errol Spence didn't win no rounds. That's not to say that Errol Spence didn't win no convincing rounds. But Sean Porter was dictating the pace of that whole fight. Sean Porter was working him. You can't tell me Sean Porter wasn't working Errol Spence. You can't tell me that. People got to stop underestimating Sean Porter just because he's a come forward, use his head, elbows, forearm. He's there to beat you up. He's not there to be pretty. He's there to fight. He's not there to put on a boxing show. He's there to fight. And if you coming in there because you want to look all pretty and be all smooth and you want to leave and thinking you Ali, check this out, homeboy. Ali was Ali. This is a different age, bruh. It's hard to leave the ring pretty. That's hard. It's hard to walk in the same. It's hard to walk out the same way you walked in. Very few fighters walk out pretty. Maidana and Porter would be a classic fight. I agree with that one too. What's up, one two? I didn't even see your ass pop up in here, bruh. I mean, true. But I still feel, Banks, that Porter dictated the pace of the fight. And I felt that Earl didn't really come into his own until Sean started to, tire. In the mid to later rounds, you started to see Earl kind of step up a little bit, put the gas on a little bit. He had his foot on the gas pedal, excuse me. And you saw Earl giving more work to Sean. And Sean was just kind of just eating shit and trying to counter. Oh yeah, I feel you. I'm not mad at you. I got you. I feel you, Banks. I feel the same way. Thanks for putting that out there. Spence Garcia, my thoughts on Spence versus Garcia. Errol Spence is going to clinic because Danny Garcia has that same crappy BS flat-footed style that does not impress me whatsoever. I was actually pissed that Zab Judah lost to him. I was pissed that Zab Judah lost to him, but that's neither here or there. That's because I was literally at one point in time a Zab Judah fanboy. I used to love Zab Judah. Like, that was my dude. You know what I'm saying? Even when he lost to Costa Zoo, I felt he should have beat the hell out of Jay Nady. I was one of those ones like, yeah, beat Jay Nady up. But also I realized that Zab got up too early. He should have took a knee for a second. He should have stood there and been like, hold up, let me get my thoughts. But because he was undefeated, he ain't never been used to getting hit like that. And he want to show that he tough. He ain't no punk. And just want to prove yourself too much. It kind of went against him. But I think Danny Garcia is going to lose. I think Errol Spence is going to fight Danny Garcia the same way he fought Mikey. He going to keep him on because Errol Spence is long. Errol Spence is a tall, rangy guy. And I think he's just going to keep him on the edge of his jab, just like he did Mikey Garcia, and then he gonna box his ears off, and then once he see he got a chance to go after Danny Garcia, he gonna go after Danny, and he gonna punish him, because Danny flat-footed, and Danny is gonna be looking for that no-look left hook. Now, if Errol is reckless in his advancement or in any of his offensive tactics, he's going to get caught. He's gonna get caught with a left hook or something, and that's gonna pose a problem for Errol. Period. But I got Errol beating Danny. Honestly, I don't even rock with Danny. I don't rock with him. I think he overrated. You know what I mean? I feel like that the fight with Keith Thurman really because I picked that. I've never liked Keith Thurman. Let me be clear. I've never liked Keith Thurman. So when Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman was fighting, I was going with Danny. I was with Danny the whole time. I don't rock with Keith Thurman. I don't rock with him. But I did pick Keith Thurman to beat Manny Pacquiao, though. I did do that. But I don't rock with Keith Thurman. Nah. Not at all. And then when Keith Thurman put hands on Danny, I was like... And then Sean Porter put hands on Danny. You know what I mean? And I get it. You could argue the Danny Sean Porter fight. You could argue that fight. You can argue that fight. Because Danny did fight a good fight, but Sean Porter is an animal. And Sean Porter was ripping bodies. Matter of fact, after this live stream, that I'm finna stop in a minute, I'm finna go watch the Danny Garcia Sean Porter fight. I'm gonna watch that whole thing round for round. And next time I go live, I'm going to have some insight for you. Trust and believe. This is what I want y'all to do. All the upcoming fights that y'all know of, feel free if you got my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at DT_boom. All right? Send me any fighter that you want me to talk about. I don't care if he's a prospect, a contender, champion. I don't care if he's PBC, Matchroom, Top Rank. I don't care what promotional banner he's under. You send me any picture, and I will give you my insight and whatever opinion I have on the box fighter or whatever. Doesn't matter. But you let me know what fighters you want me to talk about. Feel free to hit me up in my DMs. BoxFest always hits me in my DMs if he wants me to talk about something, or if it's something that he wants to address me about, hits me up in the DMs. No problem. So it's not hard. If you got an Instagram, my Instagram is DT_boom. Hit me up. If you got anything you want me to talk about, if you want me to do a video on something, if you want me to speak on something during a live stream, hit me up on the gram. I used to say hit me up on Twitter, but I'm in Twitter jail and they ain't letting the brother out. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to get my appeal. So, hit me up. But as far as Danny and Earl, I'm going with Earl. Danny too flat-footed. Danny is just too damn flat-footed for me. And he relies on his left hook too much. He relies on it. He literally just throws it. That's Danny. And I feel like that left hook is so short, Earl is not going to be there for that. Earl is not going to be there for that left hook. I promise you. The only way Earl is going to be there for that left hook is if Earl is coming in aimlessly and recklessly at Danny Garcia trying to get him out of there. That's the only way. Because even then, because I do think he got more range than Mikey Garcia. I do think Danny is a little longer rangier than Mikey. So he can't be as aggressive. Because the punches that he was able to evade from Mikey, he's not going to be able to evade them from Danny. Because Danny is a bigger guy. He's taller. He's longer. So the little hooks that he was able to get away or slip or bob or weave from, it ain't going to be that easy with Danny. So he's going to have to be a little more strategic, a little more smarter about how he fights this dude. Because this dude is a smaller guy than him, but he's an actual welterweight. So that's what will give him the problem. That's what will give him fits. So going with Errol, man. I'm going to holler at y'all.